How's it going? This is going to be my preparation for Prep 6 AML. I looked at the syllabus. Apparently they're only supposed to be 2 to 3 minutes long, and I think I typically make them around 5, so I'm going to try to speed run this a little bit, try to fit into the time frame. Okay, so everything this week was on both AI and machine learning, and there were a couple kind of different videos that went into that. The first one was kind of about how just to add API or AI into apps, which I thought was pretty cool because I make a lot of apps. So it's actually really simple. You just sort of go into it. You literally look up the type of AI that you want to use. You use like a text-to-speech one, and then you say like literally subscribe to it, and then you can add it to your app, which is pretty cool. So that honestly, text-to-speech I don't think is going to be interesting for the current app I'm using, but it could be useful for the future, which is pretty cool. There's also the document AI. So essentially your documents and then like your SQL code that you have, you can hook it up, you can hook the AI up to the document to kind of both analyze your structure, analyze what you're storing, and then basically use it to like make the structure better, and it'll offer suggestions and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Probably in my opinion, like the most actually interesting video here was the computer vision one. Kind of like broke down how the computers like analyze pictures and video. I thought it was really interesting because they will basically break it up into different layers essentially. So they'll analyze different like sort of areas and like little groups of pixels, and then it'll make an attempt to say like, I think this is an eye, I think this is a foot, I think this is a leg, whatever. And then from there it'll kind of either zoom out or zoom in and say, okay, let's analyze this, let's analyze that, let's analyze that, and then basically check it against another algorithm to say like, hey, how accurate do we think this is? And then it kind of has like multi-tiered sort of steps that it goes through to like try to generate just the most accurate data that it can, which I think is pretty cool. So her whole like walkthrough on how picture analysis is pretty cool. And then the video analysis is pretty similar, but it uses basically another algorithm to say like, hey, this is what we think the timing of this is. And so like it's interesting to figure out how they passed context between images and analyzing images. The Vertex AI is basically just it's almost like an IDE sort of that you can work with that actually allows you to play around with the different AI models that they have. So I might be taking a look at that here pretty soon because it's actually pretty cool getting to like kind of mess with the models, change the internal settings of how you want it to do. Finally, the last video was on the translation API and just sort of how to integrate it. Honestly, like for my app, it'd be cool eventually. The only issue I have with it is like, I don't know how trustworthy it is. So if I convert everything to Spanish, I don't want to like translate anything wrong, I guess, and have like no way to check it. So the API is cool, and like doing that's cool, but I would need definitely someone to sort of look over it and let me know before I publish an app and it has just like massive flaws or worse. That's pretty much it. Thanks.